I'm Candice and I love movies. This week's movie is Mufasa the Lion King. I was not super jazzed going into this. We're all still traumatized by his death in 1994. That movie is still the highest grossing traditionally animated film of all time. It is crazy that it has retained that title, mainly because we veered towards more CGI and other forms of animation. They remade that movie in 2019. Jon Favreau directed it. It was a CGI film. It raked in $1.6 billion in the box office. So Disney saw that and they realized that they needed to make more Lion King movies stat. Anything, a prequel, a sequel, find someone and make it about them. And they chose Mufasa. The great thing about this movie is we know that he's not going to die in it. We know when and where he dies, and it's not in his own standalone film. There is still some death and separation. There is Mufasa with his mom and dad. They are separated by a great flood, but Mufasa really keeps it moving. He can't stop and think about it. He's got to find his parents, and he runs into a new pack that takes him in. This is Taka, his new brother. They are very cute, very sweet. They're little besties, and it's almost so sweet and sad to know where this is going to lead them eventually. As in all Disney movies, we have to have some ridiculously scary villain. In this case, it's a pride of white lions who are sweeping through the land, just devastating all other prides. And they are quite scary, I have to say. Maybe not scary enough to avoid taking my kids, but if your kids are easily scared, I would be aware of that. Teenage Mufasa, teenage Taka go on a journey to evade these white lions because they're after Taka. He is the heir to his family's throne. They kill him, they get the pride. They run into another lioness named Zarabi. We know where she comes into play later, and a mystical baboon named Rafiki. So we kind of get a well rounded origin story for everyone. I will say this is a story within a story. So that is Kiara, played by Blue Ivy Carter, who is Simba's daughter, and she is scared during a storm. And so Rafiki, Timon, and Pumbaa tell her a story to keep her calm. And that story happens to be the origins of her grandfather. This film is very beautiful. It is directed by Barry Jenkins, who you know for Moonlight, for If Beale Street Could Talk. He's a very serious director who's made very serious films. And so I was kind of surprised when I saw he signed on for this. But I saw some interview where he said he read the script and he was so moved by it that he had to make the film. And that really says it all about Mufasa the Lion King. Whatever you're expecting out of it, I mean, it's going to surpass your greatest and wildest expectations. I went into it thinking I was going to sleep through it, and it just really moved me. And even though this is CGI and you know it's animated, basically, it's photorealistic, but it's still animated. It it really is a touching film. The voices from the last film are back. We have Seth Rogen, Billy Eichner as Timon and Pumbaa, Donald Glover, Beyonce do return briefly as Simba and Nala, but it's the new voices that really sell this film. It's Aaron Pierre as Mufasa and Kelvin Harrison Jr. as Taka that are just become these characters and bring such a gravitas to the performances. Their original songs by Lin-Manuel Miranda, that's a big deal. I found that the songs typically took me out of every scene that they started singing in. The white lions are given a song as they're about to attack the pride that it just feels a little goofy. These aren't classic songs yet. We can't sing along to like "I Just Can't Wait to Be King" or "Can You Feel the Love Tonight." One day they probably will be in our culture lexicon, and we all will be able to rattle them off. But the first viewing, they feel a little out of place. Overall, though, this film really blew me out of the water. If you have kids, you're about to have 2 weeks off at home with nothing to do. Mufasa is the perfect 2 hour film. Get some popcorn, enjoy it with your family. I can't say enough good things about it.